When most rappers break out and secure that first bag, they usually go out and buy as much ridiculous stuff as they can get their hands on. Some buy cars, some buy houses, but others buy ridiculous jewelry. Blueface is a rapper who knows exactly what he needs to do to stand out from the crowd, and it isn't crazy to call him a genius at being ridiculous. But when it comes to jewelry, he only gets even more ridiculous. Blueface claims that his jewelry collection as a whole is worth $10 million. And since we don't have receipts, I guess we have to believe him. He showed off his collection on Instagram. The price tag definitely makes sense considering the size of some of his pendants and just the amount of watches he has. At the center of his ridiculous collection is his classic diamond Ben Franklin chain, which on its own is ridiculous enough to get Blueface on this list. But it doesn't stop there. That wouldn't be good enough for Blueface. The most ridiculous piece in his collection is this completely insane diamond bandana. The bandana, which he calls the kryptonite bandana, is huge. Definitely the craziest and probably most expensive part of his collection. Features a 14 karat yellow gold class base, over 12,300 stones, which equals out to over 130 carats of diamonds. Price alone is probably ridiculous, but just the piece on its own says everything you need to know about Blueface's jewelry. The jewelers who made it even put a video up on Instagram. Gave a closer look at the huge piece and how they made it. This piece is one of a kind, but more importantly, completely ridiculous. In September of 2018, GQ released an episode of On the Rocks, their series where rappers show off their jewelry, and this episode featured Lil Pump. The great thing about these videos is we get to find out not only what rappers paid for some of their ridiculous jewelry, but also why they bought some of it and what it means to them. Throughout the video, he showed off rings that range between $10,000 and $20,000 a piece, but the real highlight of this collection was the ridiculous chains. The first one being his Lil Pump piece, which is a diamond and gold pendant recreation of his face. He said the Boondocks inspired the piece, and then he went on to talk about how it's flooded with diamonds and made up of yellow gold, rose gold, and white gold. The Lil Pump face chain is worth somewhere around $300,000 to $60,000 and is put together by Icebox. But the most ridiculous part of his collection is his drug addict chain. The chain speaks for itself, and Pump explained in the video that each song gets their own chain, so that's why he had it made. However, can't help but wonder what might happen if you're walking around wearing a chain that says drug addict on it. Some of the rappers in this video so far have had ridiculous chains because of just how much they spent on them, or how big they are, or how completely ridiculous they look. But NBA Youngboy has a chain that is somehow insane, expensive, big, and fire all at the same time. I'm talking about his chain that features an iced out pendant of Young Thug lighting up and smoking. While we don't know the exact price of this ridiculous piece, there's some close-up shots and even a video of it on Instagram that could give you an idea of how much it might have cost. The piece is extremely detailed. It features Young Thug wearing sunglasses, earrings, a watch, a bracelet, and of course sparking up, because what else can make the piece even better? And just from looking at so many pieces of rappers' jewelry, I could see a piece like this being worth well over $250,000. Even with how detailed and obviously expensive the chain is, Youngboy's actually got some flack over it, because some fans believe having a chain made of someone you're a fan of is a little bit too much. Comments on Instagram are pretty harsh, but the internet's known for taking things a little bit too serious. When it comes to making it a point to buy as much ridiculous crap as possible, Riff Raff is probably an expert. Everything about his persona and who he is as a rapper is about being totally ridiculous, and somehow still being kind of taken seriously. His jewelry collection is almost as wild as you would expect it to be. He's actually showed off some of it before, in a video where he rolled up in a Lamborghini and showed off $500,000 worth of diamonds straight out of the deep freezer. Just to break down what's in the video, we have Riff Raff wearing his signature shark teeth grill, showing off a whole mess of jewelry including watches, chains, rings, and pretty much any piece you'd expect no one else but Riff Raff could possibly pull off. Overall, if you think about how ridiculous Riff Raff already is, just by existing on his own, you could say his jewelry collection being ridiculous is just expected, and that it would need to be 10 times more ridiculous in order to be good enough for this video. But come on, who else in the world can have diamond shark teeth, a hand piece that's almost the size of their hand, and a literal ice cup made of diamond? This jewelry collection demands respect, just for how ridiculous he's managed to make it. And he might not have the most valuable vault of diamonds in the rap game, but I think you could say he has one of the most ridiculous vaults in the rap game. Soulja Boy's had a reputation for being ridiculous for pretty much his entire career, so it makes sense that he'd have some pretty ridiculous jewelry to go with it. What sets Soulja Boy apart from other rappers in this video is that he probably has the most ridiculous chain of all of them. And I'm not talking about his insanely oversized Transformer chain that he apparently bought from Young Berg. Nah, I'm talking about this $100,000 iced out Lamborghini chain, which also happens to double as a remote control car. Sure, some rappers have ridiculous chains that are worth almost $1 million, but their chains aren't remote control, are they? Soulja Boy claims the chain was given to him as a birthday present after some people made fun of how ridiculous the chain is. For now though, I think it's safe to say Soulja's chain is the best of them all. Some people have chains that spin or do other things on their own, but this is the only remote control one right now. The only way this is going to be topped is if someone breaks out a chain that functions like a drone or something. Hey yo dog, if you don't click on this video right now, bro, I'm gonna pull out my icy chain and smack you over the head with it. That's right, bro, you want to get smacked by hard diamonds? I actually don't have a chain, so I'm kind of capping right now, but just click on the video, please.